Hello, everyone. I'm so excited to welcome Jason Tannehill, and he is the author of But for the Grace of God. Jason, can you share with us a little bit about your book?
Sure. Yeah, my book is But for the Grace of God. It's a bridge between the Bible and the big book of Alcoholics Anonymous. It was born out of a journal, a couple years of studying the big book and reading scripture with daily devotionals. And I started to see a real connection with the principles of recovery and the spiritual principles out of the Bible. And so I started to write them down and noticed that something was happening, and then I was kind of inspired or led to kind of generate a book. And I spent about a year and a half putting it together,
Mhm.
and now it's out. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. You know what? I feel like this book could be so helpful to so many people out there, whether it's people that are currently attending Alcoholics Anonymous, or, somebody that might be dealing with some kind of addiction. Yeah, I think that this is really, really great. So, Jason, what was your initial inspiration to start making these parallels between the two books and writing it into your own book?
Well, we have principle in Alcoholics Anonymous to increase your conscious contact with God, and we utilize that power, this power bigger than ourselves, as a solution to
Mm.
recover from addiction and what I recognize really any affliction in life. It doesn't have to be alcohol or drugs. And as I began to see the connection, I saw a real opportunity to bypass prejudice against religion and also against the program of Alcoholics Anonymous through really simplifying things and just taking small sections of scripture and small sections of the program of Alcoholics Anonymous and putting them right next to each other to kind of enable. The ultimate goal was to enable somebody to have a real personal experience with either scripture or the program of Alcoholics Anonymous, kind of removed from dogma or prejudice that they may be carrying around, and to do it on a in their own personal atmosphere, like say at home and in
Oh,
private,
uh-huh.
um, and kind of just see their own experience with it and what it really means to them, kind of removed of secular society and then also removed of the dogma of religion, and just to allow people to kind of grow on their own at their own pace and their own time.
I really like this because I feel like there might be some people out there that are kind of afraid to, go into a program like Alcoholics Anonymous, or maybe they don't want to go to a church for whatever reason. So I just feel like this book, again, could help so many people out there that might be in that situation, or even if they are in the church or in Alcoholics Anonymous, and they want something to kind of supplement that. I think this is great. Jason, is there anything else you can share about the book, messages within the book, or even anything else about yourself?
Um, yeah, well, I would just the whole point of writing this was not for any type of monetary gain. It was basically to make a difference in one person's life. There's a quote out of the book that I generated, that says the greatest gift in one's lifetime is to make a difference in the life of another. And so I think if any individual can begin to recover, whether they're religious and they have prejudice against the program of Alcoholics Anonymous, or they're in the program of Alcoholics Anonymous and they have prejudice against religion,
Mm.
if people can just begin to see the ease and comfort that can come from admitting defeat in certain areas of your life and kind of turning it over to a power bigger than yourself, I think is the essence of just surrendering to a process where um, your own understanding of God can work in your life. And I would just hope that people can get a little bit of healing, maybe began to feel a little more comfortable with scripture that they may have been afraid of or to look into, and to also understand that the basis of the program of Alcoholics Anonymous is really geared towards the same principles of good and love and kindness that the church talks about or religion talks about.
Mhm.
Just kind of really see a connection and open up to it and just find some healing. That's really all I was hoping to accomplish, was that one particular individual could find some healing and experience the grace of God in their life. That's what I'm looking for.
I love that. That is so powerful. This seems like an amazing book of hope and, like you said, healing. So,
Yeah.
yeah, thank you so much for sharing. Thank you for writing it and creating it, Jason. For anybody who's interested in picking up a copy of this book, again, it's Jason Tannehill, and the title is But for the Grace of God. You can get it on barnesandnoble.com, amazon.com, Apple Books, to name a few. Thank you so much for being with us today, Jason.
You are very welcome. I'm honored to be here. Thanks for having me.